Hello everyone, this video is a library orientation. You can access the library two different ways. One can be directly through our Canvas course, and the other one can be from the HCC homepage. So from the HCC homepage, you can click on Academics and find the link for the library. Okay, so from this page, I'd like to point out a few different things. One is you may be tempted to begin your search directly through this search box. However, for the type of assignments that we'll be doing research, you want to limit your search to online sources only, and online sources that come from the library. So the first thing I'll ask you to do is click on or find the link for the databases A through Z. Once in here, you'll see you have a lot of different listings for databases that are in alphabetical order. So what is a database? A database is a collection of sources that are filtered maybe by topic or depending on what the type of sources are. So some of these databases will be general databases, and some of them will be more specific. And so you want to read the titles of the databases before you go into the database itself. But before you get started, you can pause the video and click into the library, get into the library, and then scroll around a little bit so that you can explore some of the titles. Okay, so once you've done exploring, I'll give you a tour of just a couple of the databases that you might use more often. So here you'll see there's a section that says Popular Databases. There's Academic OneFile by Gale, and this one's Academic Search Complete EBSCO. These are general databases, and what happens when you go into a general database is that you'll get a lot of information on general topics. Whereas if you go into something more specific, this one's specifically about news, then you have some that are more specific about art or science or history, etc. So just again, depends on what you're looking for. But we'll just go into one of the general ones so we can see what it looks like. Okay, once you're here, one thing I'd like you to make sure before you start searching for anything is under your search limiters that you have selected full text documents. And what this will do is it'll limit the types of sources that you get so that there are only sources that are fully available for you through the search. And things that would not be fully available would be a physical book that you would have to go to a library to get. For the types of assignments that we're doing, we're not going to want to spend that time to go physically and get books. What we'll do is we'll just rely on the articles that are fully available online. If we do a search, use key terms that you're searching for. Library databases are not like a web-based search engine where you can type a sentence and then pulls different articles for you to look at. We have to be a little bit more specific, and then if we're too specific, then we can branch out from there. Okay, so we'll try a term so we can play around and see how we get results. So if we pick a term like communication, it's a huge topic, and you'll see that at the very top it'll break down types of sources that talk about communication. So academic journals, 142,000, etc. These are way too many. We need to make this more specific. And the way to do that is to look here, filter your result. You can do by publication date and subject, etc. So the one that I like to direct us to is subject. And as you can see here, it breaks it up into a lot of different subjects that are covered within this vast number of articles that we're getting as results. So we can go through and just find something that we would think is interesting or relates to our topic. I picked a subject within our topic, and we still have 984 results. So let's say I wanted to get more specific about this. I click on subject again, and now what it does is that it breaks up the different subjects within the limitations that I have already set. So you can continue limiting your search and pick one, and then so now we're down to 15. So from 142,000 articles to 15. So if we come back to the general database area, we can go into another one just to get an idea about what they look like, because they're all a little bit different. In this next database, you'll see the interface is a little bit different, but it still has all of the things that we're looking for. It has our search boxes up here, and then down here under limit your results, make sure to click that full text button. You can also limit other things. This one in particular gives us the option for language, so we can pick English as the only language in which it will give us results. So we'll go ahead and type in the same key term that we used for the other one. Okay, when we search for communication, here we also get a very large number of results. So what we can do is let's find our search, our limitation, or our subject option. So here under source types, we can click academic journals, and it will limit the type of articles that we get. Then we can find our subject box. And here we can pick a topic that we might find interesting that will help us better understand our subject. And so here from 400,000 something, we're down to 685. Still too many. I may not have time to read 600 articles on this topic, but we can continue to narrow down our subject. So here you'll see that under subject, it gives you the name or the topic or the subject, the number of articles talking about that particular subject. So we can go through and select a few subjects that we might find interesting, that might help us with our assignment. I picked a few and I'll click update. So now we're down to 5. This is a very manageable number of results. So again, make sure that when you are searching for something that you limit your search to full text and that you use subject to really help you narrow your results. So one more thing I'd like to demonstrate before we end this video is now that you have articles, what do you do with them? So let's pick one, and what we'll do is you'll see when you click on an article, you should see that it gives you options of HTML full text or PDF full text. A PDF will be usually a scan of the original article, which will give you more of an idea about page numbers, etc. But here are some tools that will come in handy for you. So one thing I'd like you to point out is that you can email yourself the article, you can download it to your Google Drive or your OneDrive, but before we do that, let's look at the citation tool. So under citation tool, you can scroll down and you can find the one that you are required for the course that you will be using the article for. So some courses require APA and others, they have different options, but here's the one for MLA. So if you do this, you can copy the work cited and you can paste it into a Word document that you will be using. Or let's say if we're going to email ourselves the article, you can select the type of the attachment and also the citation. If you want the citation, brief citation, abstract, here you can select the citation type. So the email that you receive will have already the citation tool in it, and that way you don't have to come back. So I hope this was helpful,